instead of trying to react to these momentary traffic peaks, you can actually take a little more proactive approach, and one way of doing that is to somehow change the traffic itself, and that's what we refer to as traffic shaping. So how do we then change the traffic so that before even it enters our own network? First approach is called filtering, and basically this approach looks at the traffic and tries to find these streams of traffic that aren't really intended for the network. So for example, if you see traffic containing music files and movie files and so on, then you can safely assume that the traffic is really not intended for a business network, and all these traffic streams can be filtered out. So this is so-called filtering, and by getting rid of these unnecessary streams of traffic, you can definitely reduce the amount of traffic that goes into the network, and as a result, the problem of momentary traffic peaks can be reduced significantly. Another approach is called capacity percentages, and this approach pretty much pre-assigns the percentages of traffic streams for each type of traffic, network traffic. So for example, you can say for video traffic you can only dedicate 20% of the total network capacity. For voice, you can dedicate only 30% of the total network capacity, and so on. So if, for example, that particular type of traffic goes over the assigned percentage, then the traffic just gets dropped. So that's what we mean by capacity percentages. Another approach to reduce the amount of traffic coming in would be the use of compression. And compression, as you usually see in these zip files and so on, allows you to reduce the size of the files or the data significantly before the files are allowed to be put on or put inside a packet. So this way, although the actual size of the data is big, while it's in transit, since the file or the data gets compressed, what's really traveling the network isn't as big as its original size. So for example, if you had say 10 gigabit file to begin with, and then if you somehow compress it and make it a 1 gigabit file, then while it's traveling the network, you don't really need a network connection that can handle 10 gigabit file, but only need a connection that can handle 1 gigabit file. So compression is a very easy way to reduce the amount of traffic getting into your traffic.